Hi everybody, Chris's Rocketry and More here. So let's get this rocket built. I went ahead and cut the body tube for the booster section, 7.5 inches long, and I went ahead and mounted the engine mount in here. And it's the same exact way as putting it in the main body. I took my glue tube, I marked it at 5 inches and put my glue on the tube and put it on the inside there and slid the engine mount in and left it sitting up like this and let the glue set up for a few minutes until it wouldn't run when I turned it over, and then I glued the bottom centering ring. Alright, and then let that dry and that's ready to go. And I went ahead and made a coupling because I didn't order one. So this is just an example right here. I took my Estes tube guide, put it on my tube at 3 inches and cut it off. And then you take and cut a slot down the side of it, and then you put it in the tube and overlap the tube and mark it with your pencil, and then take it out and cut that piece off. And then you can use that piece as your coupling inside right here. Take and put the tube together, and I didn't cut a very straight line but put it together, and it's easiest if you put it in the tube and get it together and then put your glue on your piece that you cut off. So you'll have a piece like something like this, but a little straighter. Like that, and then you put it on your, glue it, put it on your slot right there and let it dry, and then you have a coupling. Alright, and that's an easy way to make one if you have some extra tube. But anyways, that's your coupling. So we'll take and glue this into the booster section. This glues into the booster section, and it'll be permanently into the booster section. And I have it marked halfway at 1.5 inches. And then when you launch your rocket, you put it together, fin lines together, and then it comes out pretty easy, but that'll be glued in, so we'll glue that in. Put some glue around the inside here. And we won't be able to wipe off the excess, but that's no big deal. And always dry fit your fittings first, because you don't want to struggle with it while you have glue in it and you're struggling and messing up the glue. So always dry fit it, which I did, and you may have to sand the outside of your fitting and ream out the inside of your tube so that it will fit properly. And I already did that. And mark it to your, put it to your line, and we'll let that sit and dry for a few minutes so it won't slide when we work on it. And then we'll take and put this together, and we'll put the fins on. We'll put the body fins on and the booster fins on at the same time and get them lined up. I have a fin jig for that, so I'll show you that. And I'll be back in a few minutes after that sets up. Okay, that didn't take long, did it? Okay, I got my fin jig set up and everything. Now all I have to do is lift them up out of there, put some glue on it and put them back down in there. We'll do that. I sanded the fins already. Sanded them. Get that back out. And I put a fin up here too for a spacer to hold it just right. And get everything lined up here. And I moved the fins to the back of the tube for the margin because it was a 0.86 or something like that. And we need it to be at least 1.0. And so I moved the fins back, which moved the center of pressure back, which made it a margin of 1.05, so which is much better. And then when the booster drops off, it'll be even a little bit bigger margin of 1.40, I think it was. So that's what we want, at least a 1.0. So put the fin back in here. In that spot. Glue on this one real quick. Whoops. Lined up back here, lined up here. Looks like it is. Tighten this up a little bit. We'll let that set up. Okay, we're back. Glue has set up, and we'll take this out. Take that fin out of there, the spacer, and lift this up. Oops. Loosen up the nuts there. Lift this up. Turn it. There's the other line. Put a pin up here for a spacer. Get it lined up here. Lined up here. All lined up. I'll put some glue on that. Go ahead and do that. Right to the end of the tube. Oh, right. This one out. Okay. sure both ends are lined up straight. I'll do that 2 more times, or once more after this, and I'll get back to you. I have all the fins on. Now I need to make some fillets and the fins. So, make them stronger. Okay, then we'll take and put some fillets. I do 2 fins at a time. It's awesome because I have this jig. I can do the booster and the sustainer fins at the same time, which is pretty cool. Get them perfectly in line. Smooth that out like that. Smeared that one a little bit too much. That's alright. And we'll let those set up, and I'll do the other 2, and then I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I'm back. I have the fins all glued on and the fillets all done. These fins look pretty nice and straight. I like that. Fin jig works nice. So now I need to paint it. I have my parachute. Still going to use the 15-inch parachute. Got the nose cone on here and all that. But I'm going to paint it. And recommendations on a paint scheme. Leave comments. Tell me what color you'd like to see it painted. Thinking red and white maybe for YouTube. I don't know. But let me know what you think. There's a 3D in Roxim. That's a see-through version. And that's what it'll look like. Well, that's not what it's going to look like. But the engine blocks, centering rings, the tubes, engine block up there. It's pretty cool. Oh, trying to roll it around. Alright. Okay. Time to paint it. Let me know in the comments what color you want to see it. That would be great. I would really appreciate that. Please give me a thumbs up. All that good stuff. Comments. I appreciate it. And I'll film a little bit of the painting. Paint it, and then we'll go out and fly it. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. See you next time.